As interest rates climb, so does the amount of inventory. Angelo DePaola, the Coastal Connection with eXp Realty, and I'm giving you our weekly market update. Like I said, we have more inventory, but also interest rates are going to climb. We expect to see that through the end of the year. How does that affect you, whether you're a buyer or a seller? Well, that's coming up. First, we're going to break it down by the numbers. 358 new listings in Baldwin County as a whole versus 267 properties going under contract gives us 38 days of inventory. Look, that's still not a lot of inventory, especially when you compare it to what used to be kind of our normal inventory around 90 days. I know it seems a lot when we're sitting at 10 days of inventory at one point this year. Orange Beach, 51 new listings, 28 new properties going under contract. That's kind of par for what we expect to see in May, because a lot of our buyers are out of town. So, and I think the competition's backed off a little. If we're really honest about it, it has. But we're in between spring break and summer, so there's not a lot of people down here looking. That gives us 51 days of inventory in Orange Beach. Gulf Shores, 78 new listings versus 48 under contracts, 46 days of inventory. Here again, resort market, we expect that to be the case. All right, so what do rising interest rates mean for you if you're a buyer? Well, like, I think if you're going to buy something right now, we're not going to see property values plummet. We may be giving up 10-15% over the next 36 months when you consider that we're up 20% each year the past 2 years. We needed a little bit of correction, but the problem is if you're buying and we're get up into the 7 and 8% interest rates, you're not saving any money. Look, there's some really good 10-year ARM products out right now. I think the 30 is still historically low. I know it doesn't seem that way when we come off of a few years of COVID interest rates. It's what it is. That's what I'm going to call them. It was a COVID interest rate. We're having to battle inflation to keep the economy pumping. So if you're going to buy, I would suggest right now is probably a pretty good time. Everybody's situation is different. If you got a lot of cash, maybe you want to sit on the sideline unless you see that perfect property. Like I said, if you've been looking, you should start seeing some inventory opening up. If you're a seller, and look, this is very important right now, we are going to see downward pressure on pricing. So you do not want to get stuck chasing that ball downhill. Let's make sure we're pricing appropriately. The challenge is going to be look, everybody knows a bunch of real estate agents. If your cousin's nephew is your real estate agent and he ain't been in the business for 6 months, guess what? He ain't going to be in the business 6 months from now. There are a lot of agents, they're struggling, low inventory. It's going to get tighter for them. We're not going to see a big push of inventory because if you bought something and you're sub 4%, you're not selling. You're going to hold on. We're going to be in a little hiccup. It's going to create some opportunity over the next 12 to 36 months. But then prices are going to shoot back up. I don't think our politicians are going to have the willpower that once higher interest rates start affecting the overall economy, they're going to start letting up on that. That's my prediction. You do not want to get stuck with an agent that is desperate. They are going to let you list your property if you really want to sell it. I'm not talking about the I don't have to sell person. Let's throw it out there. If that's fine, it's not going to sell. But if you really want to sell it, you need to get with a professional. Let them give you fair, honest advice. And so don't go with that person. The other thing is those guys are going to cut their commissions because they know no other way to bring value. I'm going to bring you value. I'm going to give you honest, fair advice like I'm doing right here, even though it hurts a little. And I got to provide for my family. I got to provide for my team and their families. So look, don't freak out. I'm not freaking out on our end. I think we're going to create some opportunities for some buyers and some sellers. Interest rates are still attractive. Get into them while you can. As we get further along in the year, they're not going to be as attractive. If you're a seller, right now is still a really good time to buy. Inventory is going to remain tight. Anyways, I hope this gives you some insight into somebody that really tracks the market and what's going on in my head. This is the same information that I've been passing along to my clients. If you would like to take a deeper dive into that with me, feel free to set up an appointment. You can shoot me an email at angelo@thecoastalconnection.com. You can hit me up on a direct message through Facebook, Instagram. You can just give us a call, 251-279-0099. I love talking real estate, and I love kind of giving you guys just the scoop, the honest truth of what's going on in our market. Have a great day, and I'll see you next week.